Seat time. So in this episode, actually, we are bringing back someone from the first episode. So Toyosi Ige is going to be joining us today. Yeah, because I think there is a lot like we were not able to cover in the last episode. So and actually touching on the transition into tech, especially from Toyosi history of being a civil engineer to now. So I think a lot of people were really interested to know how the journey was and the challenges he was facing and everything. So today we are going to bring Toyosi Ige again on the show to share more on his journey to transitioning into tech. Please, I want to be sure that the voice is good. So if you're joining us either on YouTube, on LinkedIn, please just give me a thumbs up or just say yes in the chat so that I can know that the sound is good. Just want to be sure that we are all clear. I want to be sure that the
Okay.
voice I think is good. So if you're joining us either on YouTube, on LinkedIn, please just give me a thumb. Okay, yeah, I think I get able to get some feedback, and I think the sound is great. So, thank you, everyone. My name is Peter Ayani, and welcome back to this episode. Like I know, I love to share inspiring story of people who have done amazing things that could inspire other people to take the same leap of faith. And that's one of the reasons all of my work over the past years that I've done is all about inspiring people, inspiring young people. It doesn't matter whether you're young or you're old. I believe that at any age, people can take the leap of faith and want to contribute uh, to the world to make the world a better place. And also from my own personal experience, going through like a lot of things to be able to achieve what I've achieved. So I believe that if we have a lot of inspiration around us, people who have achieved what we aspire to achieve, it will be much more easier for us to be able to take that leap of faith. So and certainly that's what we are going to be doing today. So and on this episode of Spicy Time, we're going to be talking about career transition. So, career transition is something that I'm really, really interested in. To see people dedicated their life to this part of their career, and then after some time, just change that. Oh, I'm going to do something else entirely. So, and then they take that leap. And for me, I think a friend of mine was telling me that the other day that the world is changing so fast. You have to learn new things. What is happening? And sometimes some of us we are just so scared to transition, to move. So today we are going to be having that conversation about transition, what the challenges are there. Even for me personally, even though I've been in the tech space for the last 15 years, but I've transitioned myself even within the tech space. I started as a tech technicians, right? Doing computer engineering, repairing laptops, desktop, coupling, and stuff like that. And from there, also, I have done networking. From networking, I've did graphic design, web design, uh, and all of those things. And now I'm doing core software engineering. So this is transition even within a particular career. But there are some people that make a complete career shift, so it's still the same thing. You still need the same challenge. You see the same challenge anyway. So today we're going to be having that conversation with Toyosi Ige. So I'm going to be bringing Toyosi in. Hello, Toyosi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to be
Yeah,
here.
it's good to have you again the second
Thank
time.
you.
So the second time is this is a charm, right?
Second time is a charm. Yeah.
When you go to when you're dating, so and you go to first date, and if you can have manage the second date, that means you did something right the first.
Exactly.
Yeah. So welcome back to Spicy Time, and the conversation why you are here again is because of the uh, shift you made. I'm just in the introduction. I was talking about people having career shift. Like for me also, I've had career shift. Like I've been in tech for 15 years, but within that 15 years, I've moved. into different aspects of tech, you know. And even my first professional job in tech was as a graphic designer, which was 7, 8 years ago. So that was my first professional job. But my first one of the first earliest job I had was a cyber cafe admin and technician. So though everything was in tech, but it is still like a lot of transition, moving from computer repairs to networking. From networking, I moved to graphic design. From graphics, I go into web design. From web design, I do a little bit of IT security and forensics. From there, I move into web development, software engineering, and stuff like that. So there were a lot of learning and unlearning and retraining and stuff. So today we're going to just like dissect your journey a little bit further from where we talk. But for the benefit of those who don't know you, just like give us a little bit introduction about yourself for the first time. So I know there are a lot of people that will be listening. They're like, okay, yeah, we were not here in the first episode. So who is Toyosi Ige?
Okay, thank you very much once again. I am Toyosi Ige. I am Nigerian, from Kogi, but born and bred in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am a filmmaker with a background in civil engineering, in dance, uh, and now in film making. I also have a background in theater. Um, I've been making films now since 2012. Um, I own and run Ray House Studios, in media outfits in Nigeria, and I also run the Ray House Academy where we train filmmakers. So I'm a screenwriter, film director with skills also in cinematography and video editing.
Well, that's a lot of that's a movie studio in the box. Yeah, I remember like when I started out in tech also like I think I was like doing like I was like jack of all trades
Yeah.
because like just like you could do everything. I remember when I was working for an NGO as a consultant in Nigeria, like I was like a whole tech department to the organization because I could just like do everything
One man
from
battalion.
engineering to then like one man like you can do
Yeah.
all of those things. So it's so amazing. So it's so amazing, and that's really great. Okay, so I just want to like point out like a little bit of your journey. Like you start as civil engineering.
Yeah.
Uh, from civil engineering, then you have a degree, then you have a master's in civil engineering. So what was at what point that do you realize that okay, civil engineering? Okay, let us start from the beginning. Why did you choose civil engineering in the first place?
It's a very complicated situation because when I didn't know what I wanted to do. Okay, when I was in secondary school, but you know how it is when if you are the best student, you are very good, they put you in science class. So the whole thing started from when I was in GSS 3. I cleared the NECO junior exams and all, and then I was supposed to go into SS class, and then the then counselor said, "Oh, you could do anything. You have all the results. You could do anything." And of course, I saw the best students going to science class, so I joined them. I was also in science class, and I didn't really know. I knew because I was in the drama club in the school, so I was always involved in that, but I never saw it as a career. I just knew I loved it, but I didn't see it as a career. So it was in my third year in university, my third year, where because in civil engineering you have to go for SciWest, like internship for 6 months. So I was in Abuja. That was when it dawned on me that oh, this is what exactly I should be doing, not this. So by the time I finished
That
uni,
was why you decide that you won't be doing civil engineering anymore.
yeah, yeah. So I already knew I was not going to practice. I knew.
Oh, at
Then
300 level.
yes, so I knew I wasn't going to practice. So
Okay.
I danced more. I danced more. I rehearsed more because I knew I was not going to practice. But now, why civil engineering? Because after I think when we were about to write WAEC and we were about to fill the forms, JAM form, WAEC form, I didn't know what to write. Initially, I was told medicine. I said, now No, I can't imagine 26 years. No, I know myself. I can't. I will just be dancing in the chat. I cannot do it. I cannot study medicine. I can't. I can't sit down for that long. No, because I knew that was not my thing.
Yeah,
And then not law since I was in science class, and then the next best thing was civil engineering in my books. That was why I just and then I was good with mathematics, good with physics, so I didn't have an issue with academics, and that was
academics.
why I was able to even have a 2-1 in civil engineering by the time I finished my first degree and then merit in my master's because I've always been doing well when it comes to academics, but
Yeah,
somebody that was driven by purpose and vision, and I knew that yes, in civil engineering I would still have done well, but I think I have a big assignment and a bigger purpose
yeah.
through the
So
same medium.
now you have two masters now.
Yeah,
So from 300 level, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna practice this thing. But then you went to do masters. Why did you
yeah,
choose? Why did you decide to do masters in civil engineering?
it's easy. Hunger. Okay. Hunger. Okay, because I was actually moving like a yo-yo between civil engineering and making films because I
Yeah.
finished university, went to serve, came back, went to film school. From film school, I came back. There was nothing to
Oh,
do.
you went. Okay, you went back for your civil engineering masters after PEFT.
Yeah, after PFT, yeah, it was after PFT. So I was
Oh,
at home, and then being there in Ilorin, there was something happening per se, and I needed to do something. So I decided to just bow to peer pressure.
yeah.
During that period, there's a surge in people going for masters. So I see there's no job. Okay, so we'll do masters. No
Yeah,
job, we'll do PhD. So
yeah,
I
of this
bowed to
of
yeah.
those things.
Funny enough, funny fact, actually started my PhD proposal when I said no, it's enough. I'm not doing
Oh
this.
my goodness!
So
It's like,
I was already on the way. I said no, I'm not doing it because I don't see myself using this thing. So why am I budging
using
myself? So I stopped.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
stopped.
I think like it's a lot. I know there's a lot of young people that are here, like listening. Like, okay, they are studying something right now, and they know that that is not what they want to do,
Yeah.
but they're doing it. What is your advice for people like that? Like,
Well, it's very difficult to advise based on what I did because there's hunger in the land, and I don't want to be insensitive, but this is the truth. Um, if you are somebody that wants to have a solid legacy in life, think in the long term. Don't think in the short term. Think in the long term. Yes, you might have some diversions along the way, but always stick to the plan. Keep your eyes on the bigger prize. It always pays off in the end, actually. It always does. But it might be hard, it might be rough, but it always pays off. So you have to be able to understand your plan, outline what you want to do to get to that place where you want to be, and persevere till you get there. It works, but it's hard. If you look at the short term values that we have at the moment, you will not want to do that. Just don't do it to make money. But okay, you make money. What next?
yeah,
There's still that
that,
void.
that's true. I think because like after like a lot of young people who are like, okay, yeah, I just got this course, but I've seen people uh during COVID, I sponsored a competition for people to design posters for awareness for COVID in Nigeria, and we have graphic designer across the country bring in their designs and stuff like that. We had judges with some of the top creatives in Nigeria then, and then we give like monetary funds to just like to create awareness about COVID for people to like be safe and
Yeah.
stuff. So just a way of me of supporting and everything. And the guy that won the overall winner is he was actually a medical student.
Wow.
Yeah, in University of Ilorin. And
Wow.
on because of the design, because he had just like designs, even though he
Wow.
was a medical doctor, a medical student, and he actually got an internship because of that design in one
Wow.
of the big creative company in Nigeria. So I believe he's still a doctor now, but he still do
Yeah.
designs. So for me, I think the idea of the fact that you can have a degree in different things and still pursue different passion.
Yes. Yes, you can.
So because i- like I use my own example for instance, like I started in tech, I discovered early that okay, tech is what I want. And luckily for me, I've not got admission. Like I bought jump form and everything, and I didn't just go to write the jump that day. So the day of the jam, I just went to Cyber Cafe. That was where I went to. I didn't like jam. So that was the escape arch for me. That so I didn't study or the other thing. I was studying medicine or something. So yeah, but after that I have to like do tech for like 5 years before going back to school again. Though I didn't study like what I want. I studied computing, and then I studied IT security and business. So, which is something like I'm passionate about. So, for some people, you may not discover your passion early enough, right?
Yes, yes,
So, maybe you're already in the middle of a degree. And if time is not by your side, so why should you cancel? Because there's so many ways to learn these days, right?
yes,
So, you could just finish your degree and then follow your passion. So, like the example of Baba Fela now, like Baba Fela went to study medicine, right?
medicine. Yeah, I can get back a musician.
So yeah, so there is always conflict like that. Like if they're young, sometimes, and no, our parents all the time. Like, what was the biggest challenge for you during the transition?
Um, because I already told my dad, okay, what happened was in my final year in university, my fifth year, the top 10%, the students in the top 10% were supposed to go for an interview with an offshore company in Lagos. So I was on that list, on that short list. I knew if I had gone, I would have passed, and I knew that's bye bye to my
To the guy.
dream. So
Whoa.
I didn't go, and I didn't inform my dad. So I waited till after the interview was over before I told him. And he was smart. So I said, so now ask me a question. So what is that? What do you want to do? And I told him, you know. And then he
Yeah.
said, he never saw me as an engineer in the first place. So what's your plan? And then, like I said earlier, the following day, I had to go get my form at Pepsi in Lagos, and that was the beginning of the journey. So my dad was already aware, but my mom didn't like it initially because she wanted to become, mommy engineer. She wanted that
Yeah.
engineering
That
thing. And then at the point, I was toying with the idea of um, living in both worlds, working in an engineering firm and doing film, and that was why I actually went to do masters actually. But
yeah.
I found that the two worlds are very demanding. There's no way I'll be able to combine both. They are very, very demanding. So I had to
So
just settle for one.
yeah, because you can write a story like you can spend days and days like you want to be in a space that
Yes,
to be because it's a flow of thoughts. You're developing
yes,
or you're trying to direct him like compared to when you go to work as a civil engineer, you're on campsite and everything, and then you have to come back home, you're just tired, and then yeah, it could be very difficult
yeah,
to pursue both career at the same time. That I think like it's a lot of like I can't remember like Sammy Bube is Sammy Bube is like the
yes,
artist. I know some people like it was working like full time and then doing gospel things part time.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
which is really great. I think it was one of the example that yeah, doing music and then the time doing working professionally as one of
yeah.
yeah. But there are people that just like doing that full time. I think I know other like K Spirit also. I think was a medical doctor
Guest please, yes, medical doctor, yeah,
also doing yeah music on the side. But I think the career paradigm is always different, right?
yes.
Maybe for if you are working like in the gospel space, could be a little bit different compared to like in the secular space. Like people want to have you all the time. The
Yeah,
competition is crazy.
it's crazy. It's really crazy. And then
So
for me, I think yeah. So sorry for me. I think I was just fortunate in the sense that I got a job shortly after I started my master's program in civil engineering. I got a job with AIT. So that helped me make up my mind because I was already now I had a job. So there's no so hunger was no longer a factor for me in that sense. So I could now focus on so I was in AIT while I ran my master's program in learning back then. So it was after I finished my master's and then I was now back. I was still working for AIT. So that helped me actually settle in. So I had no issues with money at that time. So it helped as well.
so have you ever thought like you made a terrible mistakes going into movie?
There are times when I think about it, especially when I'm broke, because I'm like,
Yeah.
because
Money.
as a filmmaker, yeah, I'll be very honest. There will be so many times when you go broke.
Yeah.
There will be so many times where you go broke, especially when you're in the middle of projects, especially if you're very ambitious. Uh, Things that I never thought I would do, I had to do them, just because I needed to, get things done. Yes, but this is the truth. Sometimes in life, you just have to make some decisions and just stick by your decisions, because
Mm.
there was time I was thinking of going back, but then I checked how far I've come and what still needed to be done. I'm
Yeah.
already on the journey, so let me just keep going on the path I've already chosen.
So, like, what are the your biggest inspirations in the industry? That like when you like what like your biggest source of inspiration when you're down, like that moment, like yeah, you are broken, like oh, like this that thing that give you that energy to
Yeah.
continue.
Yes, when you make a film and somebody that you don't know from one part of the world sends you a message about how the film had an impact on him, on her, you get feedback from people, and then you feel, I think I'm doing something, because I feel that filmmakers have a superpower, because it's not easy to create something from nothing, something that is not real. Somebody else watches it, and then it turns the person's life around. It makes the person feel better. The person begins to reflect. That means you are a magician, because you're making this person watch something that's make believe, and it's having a real impact in the person's real life. So whenever I feel down, that's the fact that somebody out there needs to see my story, needs to see a story I'm telling,
Mm.
to get over whatever he or she is going through, gives me that drive every morning when I wake up. Like there's somebody that needs to see this story. So even if I'm down myself, I need to get the story out there.
Yeah, I think that's a very good why because like for us to make like a kind of career decisions like that, when you are sticking everything in line, when you like you have
Yeah,
like an opportunity to be in a career that you realize, okay, yeah, these have been trust tested and works, which is civil engineering, and you are really brilliant engineer and a very A student, and then choosing to like, okay, yeah, guys, I'm leaving all of those, I'm pursuing this dream, for Hollywood and Nollywood and stuff, but you're not thinking about that fame alone. You're thinking
yeah,
about the why, and that why is the anchor
yeah,
that actually ground you every time you feel
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot of lesson to unpack here because like for a lot of people listening, career transition is not so simple. It's
Mhm.
there are a lot of reasons why people want to make that decisions to move from one career and switch to entirely new career. So some people can be like, okay, maybe job security. Some people could just be like, just want to like change the world and make impact and stuff like that. And based on what you said, movie making and storytelling is a powerful thing which can
Yeah.
actually like change lives, and that I think is a very powerful why. And I remember reading from Kunle Afolayan his story when he was saying that when he did figurine and he has to like put everything into it,
Hmm.
like, for a long time even when he doesn't have a house of his own, he doesn't have his
Yeah.
in debt. Like no one like now Kunle Afolayan movies everywhere. Everybody's like, wow, he has a hectare for movie village.
Yeah.
Easy to see all of those success and be like, wow. But this beginning is something
Hmm.
that a lot of people don't really see. So
Yeah.
do you think that so that leads to my next question. Uh yeah, so we're going to go to the high, but that's the question. Like, do you see like movie makers, independent movie makers, and upcoming movie makers get enough support like other entrepreneurs? Uh, get because in entrepreneurs we have like a lot of maybe funding startups
Yeah.
everything. Is that the same in the movie ecosystem?
No, it's not the same. Actually, in Nigeria, it's not the same. I guess it's because generally we have a system in which the government hasn't seen the potential that film has. Film is big. Film is beyond. Film can be used for historical preservation. Film can be used for educational purposes. Films can be used to shape narratives. Films
Mm,
are very, very important. If you want to talk about the tribal bigotry happening in Nigeria today, film is a very good vehicle to to actually effect that change in mindset. There was time when you were saying you want to rebrand Nigeria and all. film would have been a very good vehicle to achieve that, but they don't see that. That's why, okay, yes, thankfully, a few state governments are putting in place film studios and the likes, but filmmakers need tax rebates.
Mm,
Filmmakers need enabling environments. The local government council should be able to have allowances for filmmakers to work. If you want to shoot in Lagos, it's always a struggle. If you want to shoot in Ilorin, having human resources is a struggle. So it's as if we have centers, but it's not really helping. For example, now I grew up in Ilorin. I'm an Ilorin person. I'm not a Lagos person. But if I want to work in Ilorin, I have to bring people down from Lagos to work in Ilorin. We should have resource persons around, and that was why in my academy back then we ran a program where we were training students every year, because I thought Ilorin needed hands, needed more
and
hands that to actually work behind the scenes. So we right now it's as if we have Lagos zone, Lagos center, and it is saturated. We have
yeah,
Asaba, it's saturated. We have maybe Ibadan, Kano, and Enugu. But
yeah,
Nigeria is too big to have just those few centers.
those
You should
few
have
ones.
a center that's actually everywhere where people can actually work. So right now, it's as if everybody's just fending for whatever they can get and making do whatever they have at their disposal.
Yeah, that's true. I think like that ecosystem is very important to like have some funds. I think I saw Accelerate TV doing the next movie something,
Yeah, yeah,
and also British Council also sponsoring some.
yes,
I think there are some
yes,
grants and there, but I
yeah,
think it's not big enough because uh, there is a lot of people in movies who
so many people.
are not getting the kind of funds for their job. So yeah, I think government can do more, individuals can do more in that area. Yeah, okay, I think that's great. So I want to ask, like, what was the time that you feel like, wow, you're so excited you chose this journey? Like,
Hmm.
when was that moment for you, or any of those moments that you have had
Okay.
that made you feel like, wow, yeah, this is where I should be?
Okay, I've had I think the first time I felt I was supposed to be where I was to be was when I was in film school and I wrote a script for a student like me, and he made the film, and everybody was like, "Who wrote this script? Who wrote this script?" And I was like, "It's me." Like, this guy from Ilorin, this engineer from Ilorin, I know. And then I knew I had something. Okay, and then later on, when I made the film, my Organa Taylor, and it was screening at we screened it at the University of Ilorin on campus, and the event was sold out. The place was sold out, and people were laughing. Like, when you are watching your what you created, and people are laughing, people are like, "Who wrote this script? Who is the director?" I felt okay. It feels good for that kind of feedback. I was there live. I saw the reaction for people. So I knew, okay, I think I'm in the right place. And then I think what carried it up for me was when I won the best Nigerian short film award at the Eco Fest in 2022. Oh, that was when I knew, okay, I think I have this thing. So that means all what I've been claiming to have hasn't been a waste. Truly, I have this in my locker. There's more to come from me. And then seeing people I have trained now working in mainstream Nollywood, that means, yeah, I'm actually fulfilling that purpose for which I'm actually doing this. Yes. The only thing left now is just have more money in my pockets.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely the money is gonna come. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, success is not just about when you're successful, but
Yeah.
you're able to like uh make a lot of people also more successful. I know
Yeah.
about your training and a lot of people you've trained. That's like really impressive. So, and for me personally, that's the drive I always have. Because if I look at my career personally, getting into tech, it was really difficult. You know, a little bit of my journey then in Ilorin. Like, when I started, it was basically self-taught, downloading resources online, going to cyber cafes, sleeping there overnight. Just trying to get scrap everything you can get. I remember then I would talk to people who are like ahead of me, working in big companies. Like, okay, guys, can I book a session? Can we just talk? Like, sorry, I'm busy. Like, to even get access to people to talk to in the industry was so difficult. in Nigeria, and it was just so hard. So when I was able to break into tech myself, I started like I don't want every other people to face the same thing. So that's why like I give my time to mentoring. I give my
Yeah,
time to share my knowledge with other people because you don't want people coming behind to go through
yeah,
that thing.
yeah.
Like
True.
we need to have that culture of coaching, of
Mm,
mentorship. So it shouldn't just be in the religious space alone where we do that. In the business space, like people in
yeah,
business, people in different walk of life who have succeed should be able to put out the torch for other people or just put down the ladder or hold the hands of other people who are coming behind. And I think you've done that really well, which is really, really great. So, and really proud of your work and some of the things you've done, the story you write are really amazing. And I believe that, yeah, your work should be there among the greatest. So, yeah, we're going to talk more about your work now and your new project that is coming. I know it's been in different film festivals around the world and everything. So, can you tell us a little bit about this movie, Tribe for Maggie? What does it even
yeah.
mean? Like tribe? What does it
Yes,
mean? Yeah, this
yeah,
word.
tribe is actually German for desire. I borrowed the term from an article by Sigmund Freud, where he was describing eros and
Mm,
tribe. So the desire for love, the tribe that is tribe for eros, that desire for love, and then the desire for death as well. So,
uh,
so that means that that could just be a desire for a desire for Maggie or something. That's what the title could mean in that sense.
oh my God, you got me there. That was great. Yeah, I was like, what is tribe for God's sake? This is an English word I've not heard before. Okay, don't let me feel like I'm dumb. I know I'm a little smart. I feel like I got it wrong. I think yeah, that makes sense now. Tribe for Maggie. So what is the idea inspiration behind this?
Okay, actually, I was inspired one day when I was still running my master's program here in the UK, and somebody was talking about grief, and there and then I just recalled something I witnessed as well about grief and how it affects lovers.
Mm,
The difficulty with receiving love when in grief and
yeah,
how it affects the other person as well. So
mm,
that's what actually triggered the idea. And I also decided to experiment with the visual style. It's different from what people are used to. It's something very, very unique. And it takes a lot of patience to be able to understand and grasp whatever is in the film.
yeah. Because I've seen the trailer a couple of times. I'm like, okay, I'll still say it again. Because every time I say it, I see different things, and every time I
Yeah.
say it, I saw different things. So I think it's really really deep. Maybe like a lot of like movie makers and technical people really love it. So what? Let's watch the trailer, and then we'll have a little bit more discussion about some of the success you've achieved with this.
Guy, nothing, nothing. She just the vex, the para. She don't even look my side. Guy, sometimes I go just dey blame myself. Say, why I even like this babe?
Wow! 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 That was really, really impressive. And also
I go just dey blame. Why I even like this babe?
yeah, this that's really, really amazing. So I think it's when I got the stuff, I now understand deeply what this is about and about grief. and I know I've had my some of my own episode myself. So, but can you give us like a little bit of the insights of what you're trying to achieve with this work, and also the uniqueness of the shots? Yeah.
Okay, there are two facets to why I did this because I was running an experimental film module in school back then, and it was supposed to be an assignment to just make a film that is experimental. But then I, I mean, I've been making film for 10 years, so if I want to make any film, I'd rather just make a proper film than just do an assignment. So I just took it to the next level and made a proper film from it. Number one is to tell the story of grief, as I've said earlier. Uh,
Yeah.
but then number two was to experiment with the visual style and the form. With respect to the style, in this film, you see none of the characters' faces. So
Oh,
it's a film that we test your patience, like I said. I'm testing the attention span of the audience and their ability to concentrate in the sense that I watched other films and I noticed that I could actually focus more on what was happening in the scene if I was not seeing the faces of the actors. So sometimes I see the faces of the characters are distracting.
wow. Is there a science behind that?
There's a model, there's a theory called the zoom lens model or something that people tend to just focus more. That's why people who are blind, for instance, tend to have their sensory, their hearing
Mm,
senses, yeah, because they can actually hear deeper and better than people that are actually that can actually see. So it's as
mm,
if faces are distracting. I've seen it used in some movies before, and then I decided to borrow the idea for this one as well. Not showing any faces, and they're now using the form of music and dance to communicate whatever is happening in the scene. So
mm,
the music is original. I had to produce music in Nigeria. My one of my mentees, Dayafalayan, produced the song that was used in the film, and then there was fresh choreography because the lead actress is actually a dancer here in the
mm.
UK. So she choreographed, and then we used the form of dance and music to actually communicate what will have been said with dialogue. So there's just about one or two lines of dialogue in the whole film, and the rest is with movements, with dance, and with music.
Wow, that's really bold and really
Yeah.
amazing. So, what I know, a tribe for Maggie will be out soon and on Real Studio channels. When would that be?
That's on May 1.
Yeah, okay, 1st of May. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone, yeah, it's a tribe. So this trailer is going to be up on Party Jollof Africa social channels today. I think from tomorrow or tonight, and also just go watch it. It's really really amazing. And also, if you're not yet, follow Real Studios on YouTube. Just search Real Studios, and also follow Toyosi Ige. Also, is an amazing filmmaker, and this movie is coming out. Yeah, there's a lot of work that have been put into this, and yeah, we're going to be sharing it. And also, it's going to be released on Real Studios YouTube channel, definitely. So, and also we are going to host it on uh Party of Africa also soon. We are working on a short movie uh platform. So a tribe for Maggie will be one of the first collections that we are going to be having there. And also we could get like people's feedbacks, you could review it, right? Ratings and also yeah, watch and things like that, and also connect with all of the cast member of the movies and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. And Party Jollof is keen to support independent movie makers.
Mhm.
uh, yeah, I think it's very, very crucial we do that. So even if we can use our platform to amplify the work independent filmmakers are doing, I think that would really, really be great. And then we can in the future provide funding, maybe grants, in a way, maybe training, because the last time we talked about AI and all of these things. So in a way, all of these resources are very, very important. So So, guys, watch out. We're going to be bringing more and more independent filmmakers and even some of the top celebrities also to share their experience, because we also have the blend of both worlds, really. Because we have people who are like you, who start like with nothing, and then you're here now studying in some of the best university in the world, and you've gained a lot of awards in your work. And also, a lot of people can learn from that journey, and also we could learn from people who have also through that journey have accomplished a lot, have maybe their names on big screens, and which I know you two will be there very soon. I can't wait to see your work all over the world and doing some amazing things. So thank you so much, Toyosi, for joining us today. I really appreciate the second time, and I really have interest in the work Korea Studios is doing, and there will be a lot of collaboration definitely, and also to support some of the work that you're doing even more. So, Project of Africa is evolving really fast, so there are a lot of things coming up. So, I believe on 1st of May we'll have some rollouts for people to like test. You will also be part of the earlier testers just to see how things are, and we start to roll things out gradually, maybe before mid of May, and we see. So thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you again definitely soon. So what you give a hint about your full feature film coming soon. Yeah, so give us some hints so that drop so that we know first on this platform.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll have two feature films. Hopefully, but because there's one set in the UK and another set in Nigeria. The one
Oh,
set in the UK is about two Nigerians working in a warehouse who find a box of money.
whoa.
So yeah, so you get so it's a film about stereotypes, about how Nigerians fit in with the rest of the world, how they see Nigerians, and how Nigerians also fit in when they get abroad. And then the second
Wow.
one is about it's titled The Dono Boy, and it's about a boy who never seems to know anything. You ask him what he does not know, and he now falls in love. He's a teenager, but falls in love with a tomboy who is battling to have a career in football. So
Hmm.
two misfits coming together and creating a beautiful story. Yeah.
Wow, those are really strong, deep story. Like the
Mm.
synopsis are really, really strong. I can't wait to see this evolved. Really. So yeah, I think that's amazing. I think Nigerian stories in the UK. Yeah, I think it's a story that need to be told. Like we have a lot of people have a lot of opinions online. Like Nigerians, when it gets to the UK, we have different
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
But I think if someone making it into a movie, some of the interesting things, the culture shock, I think it's
Yeah.
really there's so many interesting things that we can tell
Yeah.
about the story. Because if I remember before moving to the UK, a lot of movies about Nigerians abroad wasn't really that cool in Nollywood. What the
Yeah.
story they tell, yeah, it's always about. I don't want to say on air, but I know it wasn't. It doesn't tell the story like
Yeah.
they should be. Like if we have like a proper like movie that tell that story in a way that yeah we have experienced that we can relate to it, like yeah this is me.
True.
That would really be great. And yeah, definitely we'll be in the loop with that. We can't wait for that work to come on board. So thank you very much. So what would be your final words to people who are trying to be a misfit and change careers 360 degree like you did? So
Yeah.
what would be your advice to them?
I would just say number one, you need to know who you are. You need to have your vision set. You need to be sure of what you need to do, and you need to also think of how you want to marry this thing you want to do with how to make a living. By the
Mm.
time you have it all planned out, also persevere. Always keep your eye on the end goal. That's what is most important at the end of the day.
Yeah. So because like at the end of the day, there will be sacrifices that needs to be
Yes,
made. So
yes,
I was listening to a short reel yesterday, and the guy was talking about money and sacrifice and work. Like there needs to be sacrifice
yeah,
that you need to make to be great. It doesn't matter what you want to be. So if you're going to change your career or not, even if you're going to stay in your own career and everything, whatever you want to do and you want to make impact, there have to be sacrifices.
yeah.
So and King King James said LeBron James, right? So he said something on a podcast and it's a very powerful word. Like a lot of us will not agree to it. But what he said is this. He said, if you want to be great, you need to sacrifice your family.
Hmm.
you know, coming from him, I understood really well. Like a lot of people like, because look at it, when we're young, like people who are rich, they don't have time for their kids. Why and this and that. Is it all about money? Like that is the sacrifice to be great.
Yeah, you have to be great. Yeah, true.
Because he said, look at him, almost 40, he's still playing at that peak.
Yeah,
Does he look like a guy that will be at the dinner table all the time? No. He said his routine every day is rigorous.
yeah,
So for him to be doing that for the last 20 years, to be in that kind of shape, is a lot. He has to wake up
yeah,
4 a.m., go to the gym, come back, eat sparingly. So it's a lot of sacrifice that a lot of even family will not understand. And if you want to be great, definitely it's not greatness is not for everybody. Like
yeah,
you can be like cool family person, fine and okay, which is good. Look at, for instance, let's talk about Amazon. When it first started, now it might have time and everything to do it all things, but in that first 5 years, Zuckerberg, the same thing. In that first 5 years. So now they will have you can see Zuckerberg with his family chilling and everything. But in the beginning it wasn't like that.
yeah,
You understand? And also Zuckerberg was lucky because he started really, really early. He doesn't have a family then. So by the time he has a family, his company have already blown and he has what he wants.
yeah.
So the sacrifice is very, very important. So I think that's one thing I would like to say. Like if you want to be great, if you want to make impact, there have to be sacrifice somehow.
True.
Something we have to move.
Something
Something
I
we have,
forgive. Yeah,
yeah, something we have to move. So yeah, last but not the least, there are a lot of aspiring movie makers, people. So there's conversation on like exploitation of people who want roles and stuff like that and everything. What's your advice for aspiring maybe actors, actress, movie makers? Because the desperation is just so much.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. Yeah, desperation is the number one because we always see the signals. We just choose to jump in nonetheless. There's always that signal. Um, there's the professional space, and unfortunately, in many areas of the Nigerian film industry, they don't run their affairs in a professional way.
Mm,
Um, the other thing I would just say is that package yourself, learn so much, get as much knowledge as you can online, in person, so that by the time you get in contact with any producer, especially if you're an actor, the way you present yourself will make you even have some respect
mm,
because in as much as you have had these issues around, some actors have gone and done their thing without being harassed, probably because of the way they came into the industry. So
yeah.
all I would say is get enough knowledge, try to get as much as you can, try to understand as much as you can, get mentorship is very important as well. Get mentorship so that the mistakes of the past will not happen to you as well. For people like us, we are outliers. We are just outside the circle and all doing our thing. There's a
Mm,
reason why we are doing that. You get, but one thing I know is that I cannot enter any circle now and be inferior to anybody.
yeah.
You go because I've taken time out to build myself, my brand, and the like. So I just think instead of waiting for handouts, take that time to build yourself so that by the time the opportunity comes, you'll be in a better position and have leverage.
Yeah, I think that's it. So I think it's all about you said it all, definitely. Young people need to be patient. So it's the same thing, movies, yeah, you can become a star overnight. The opportunity is there. A lot of people are making money on YouTube. Everybody is now a content creator because everybody have phones. Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, people need to be patient to play the long term goal.
Yeah.
Like ground yourself, learn the basics, have mentors, be patient, play the long term goal. And what I've looked at it in the industry is that there are people that are like wildfire. They just come and then
Mhm.
they're gone.
Yeah.
But if you look at people who have been in the industry that are still making waves today, are people that you have always known on the screen in the last 20 years. We have seen a lot of wildfire that have come and go.
Yeah.
People
True.
talk about Funke Akindele today, but you don't know that Funke Akindele have been on that screen since
Long
when?
time.
Uh,
So this of I need to know.
oh yeah, Nimako have been on the screen since forever. If I was surprised, what's this guy, this Yoruba guy that is Odunlade Adekola. Odunlade Adekola have played so many little roles,
Yes.
very
Yes.
long time. When I see some of the throwback movies, I'm like, if I can't even remember him, like this is all. That's the point. These people have been there. You don't just like come out of the blues and become Odukon.
Yeah.
So people just want to be. So if you want to become a superstar overnight, then people will take advantage of you.
True.
So, but if you want to build gradually and you wait patiently, your time will definitely come. So
Yeah.
playing the long term goal is the most important thing. And this is an advice I will add to what you say to every young people out there in the movie industry. No matter what the career you are into, be patient. In tech today, one of the advantage I have is the long time goal. I've been here for a long time. Like it's very hard for anyone to bamboozle me because I've faced so many challenges. I've learned a lot. So I know how to compose myself. I know how to carry myself. I know how to learn, how to unlearn,
Mm.
how to go about things because I've been
Yeah.
through it all. So it's very difficult for me to be intimidated. So it's easy. But a lot of people don't understand that. You're like, oh, I just want to be into tech and be earning all those amounts as plenty money overnight. So building structure is very important. Thank you very much, Toyosi. I think
Thank
this
you so
is
much.
really amazing. A lot of people will learn so much from this, not just movies, but even life experience and also. So hopefully, well, we'll see you next time, and all the best in all your uh, projects coming up, and keep us in the loop, especially Party of Love. Maybe we can even maybe be a co-producer or something, or
Yeah.
co-executive producer on some of the work. So we'll be willing to look into that. So thank you so much for the opportunities. So yeah, see you next time. And everyone, thank you for joining us. I think we spent like almost an hour already. I think this is good. So we're going to be rebroadcasting this tomorrow again. And it's going to be on every of our channel. So watch it. And thank you and see you again